목차를 설명하겠습니다. 목차 아니면 table of contents, 영어로 하면 table of contents. In this presentation, I want to discuss about three things. At first, study case or 한국어로는 사례 연구. And the second is system planning design. 한국어로는 시스템 계획 설계. And the last one is a summary of the use technique. And 아니면 한국어로는 사용되는 기술 정리. First, study case. The use and development of technology, at least there are many benefits that can be taken from use of the technology. Even though it's not uncommon, found a crime that utilizes the use of the technology or what is known as cybercrime. The expert in forensic, especially in the field of digital forensic, of course, they already have SOP for internal handling investigation of digital crime cases, so that can facilitate the research process and produce result digital forensic investigation report. Associated with reporting and verification of forensic investigation documents, digital data integrity must be maintained. Then, the presence of blockchain technology certainly has great potential when applied to information systems and applications, because it supports recording every transaction data and prioritize data integrity. The purpose of making the system is produce an integrated system architecture design with the Ethereum blockchain and build system verification of digital forensic investigation document based on Ethereum blockchains that can be used by investigators to send their investigate report documents, which can be examined by examiner, so that with the system built, it's hoped that can maintain the authenticity of the data evidence by evidence transaction receipts stored on the blockchain. And the second that I want to discuss is system planning design. 한국어로 하면 시스템 계획 설계입니다. In this system planning design, it must be three, but I just only made two because I'm not really thinking too far. So for this presentation, I will just present two things. At first, use case diagram, and the second is system architecture design. Actually, the last one is database design, but I just haven't made it yet, so I just presented these two, use case diagram and system architecture design. First, use case diagram. Use case diagram is a model to provide an overview of the system as a whole. Diagram is describe all the actors and interaction that happen in the system. With this use case, it's hoped that can provide information about what functionally only contained in the system created. And the second is system architecture design. In the system architecture design drawing, it can be seen that there is an interaction between interconnected components so that the system can run well. In this architecture design, we can see if the system can run well or not, because from the design we can see that the system is good or not. First, use case diagram. This is use case diagram that I have made for my plan to the system. It's not really complicated, but yeah, just so many use case. Use case diagram is to describe the type of functionality and actors who play a role in the system. On the use diagram, in this case, there are two types of actors who act as investigators who are generalized as a user, and also another actor is an admin. As an investigator, the actor can use system functionality such as download report file, import report data, view report uploaded data, download checked report. But to be able to use this functionality, investigator must carry out the process login first. Likewise, for the admin, where the admin can use the system functionality such as upload report file, generate signature key, view report data, download report data, sign the checked report, import data that has checked, view report data that has checked, then managing user data, and the last one is upload smart contract, which is used by uploading it first, then admin can compile smart contract used to generate API or application binary interface and bytecode used to link function, and this is the system in order to be able to connect with the blockchain network as well as to use all functionality. Yeah, that is for admin. And of course, to use this functionality, the admin must also perform login first. If not login, the admin cannot use this use case. And the second is system architecture design. In the system architecture design, there are three big part. First is front end, and the second is middleware, of course, and the last one is back end. For the front end is a part of the interface on the system containing the user authorization or access rights, so that the user who access the system can recognize and use function based on the right access, whether the user is admin or investigator. And the second is middleware. Middleware is a component that link between the front end component with the other component. Where is the middleware? There are various processes for each function which will be used. Database is a media internal data storage to store data, report user data, to do authentication and authorization, and also save the compiled smart contract result in API and bytecode form. And then a MetaMask. MetaMask is an application that is installed on the browser to make it easier for users to interact with blockchains based on system. Ethereum, in addition, MetaMask can also be used to confirm transactions such as has been applied to the system. And then smart contract. Smart contract is the most important component, wherein this component is used by the system. Digital forensic investigation result document verification, so that it can interact with network component Ethereum blockchain. And the last one, of course, Ethereum blockchain network is a component which type of a blockchain network. In this component, all transactions of the function upload, report, reply, as well as deploying smart contract will be processed and stored on the Ethereum network. It's same as I discussed earlier, so 넘어가겠습니다. And the last one is a summary of the usage technique. To make this application, I will use three technology to make this application. At first, React framework, then blockchain, Ethereum, MetaMask wallet, and the last one is JavaScript. Why I use React? Because React is open source, 100% of open source. So because React is open source, so the React must be flexible for all project. Then React is easy to learn than other platforms, so I choose React. And why I choose JavaScript? Because from the website, of course, JavaScript is main language, and of course, JavaScript can make a file such as JSON to save all the transaction of MetaMask. This is the end of my presentation. Thank you for hearing my presentation. 끝까지 들어주셔서 감사합니다.